Welcome to Giants Training Camp Preview, presented by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants. I'm Bob Papa. Big show lined up for you. We'll hear from quarterback Daniel Jones. We'll hear from some of the rookies. Coach Daboll mic'd up for sound, but we got him mic'd up for the interview with training camp practices starting tomorrow, and obviously the breaking news on Tuesday with Saquon Barkley agreeing to a deal with the football team. How important is it to have your entire team together to get this thing kicked off?
Yeah, I think it's important. We're happy to have Saquon back. Got a lot of respect, appreciation, and love for him. And again, long way to go here, but to have everybody, here, rowing in the same direction, it's good to have them.
Obviously, a very busy offseason for the organization, bringing in a lot of players. Just talk about the mindset with the start of this camp in year number 2 and the familiarity you have with everything now.
Yeah, look, most of our staff is back. We have a lot of players that have been through the year 1 in our system, but we have a lot of influx of new players, whether that's free agents or obviously from the draft class. So each year is a new year. You're trying to build your team, and training camp is really the start of football season. So we have a long way to go. We got to improve in a lot of areas, and we'll just take it one day at a time.
The organization obviously had to figure out the quarterback situation first and foremost. You got that done in the offseason. What did you learn about Daniel Jones as the season went on last year that made you believe that moving forward in your program, he's the right guy for the job?
Yeah, Daniel's a competitor. He has good qualities in terms of he's an accurate passer. He's got good size. He's athletic. He performed well for us in the things that we asked him to do. And, just like everybody else, myself included, we got things to improve on. But certainly glad that he's here. He was a really good leader for us. And, it starts all over again. So what you did last year really has no bearing on what you can do this year.
Darren Waller obviously is a unique talent. You see him walking around the building. You can't believe that the guy's that big, right? As you studied him and you looked at him, what were some of the things, and as you've gotten to know him here in the offseason, heading into camp, that really struck a chord with you?
Well, first of all, he's a great person. Loves the game of football. He's a competitor. But obviously the physical things is the size, his length, his quickness, his speed. He's been a productive player in this league. Very productive, at times. So, happy we have him. He's fit right in with all the people in our organization. And, again, just like everybody else, just try to get better every day.
I know competition is a key component for every football coach. Looking at that list at the wide receiver room, that's a pretty healthy group there. You have to be excited about the possibilities and also to see it play out on the field.
Yeah, that's what training camp is for. There's obviously certain players, and I'm not just talking about receiver, but on our team that, are starting players for us. But there's a good amount of people that are competing for whether it's starting jobs, role players, and that's what's great about training camp is you go out there every day, you compete. Those players put their best foot forward, and you try to field the most competitive team as you can field.
I think one of the things that you said, it was probably during the owners' meetings in the off season, when everybody was asking you about the past season and all the great things that happened, and your line was the only thing you remembered was the loss in the playoffs to Philadelphia. Is that sort of the mindset that you want to instill upon this team as camp opens?
Yeah, I think 2023 we're going to have to create our own identity. Every team is different every year, so we're starting from scratch. We had a good offseason in terms of the OTAs, but now is the time where you have to, not just build your chemistry, but you have to figure out, what you're going to be. And the pads are on. It's real football. It's an exciting time of year, I'd say, in the National Football League. It's my 23rd training camp in the NFL. Look forward to it.
You start camp, and every year it's new, right? But it's the same principles that have been used for decades really have to be instilled in a team, don't they?
Absolutely. This game is about the players, and it's really about the fundamentals, the blocking, the catching, the throwing, the tackling. Those are things you have to build as training camp goes along. Build it day by day.
Final question. You're going to have joint practices with the Lions and Coach Dan Campbell. Obviously, with the rules that exist in today's NFL with the CBA, there's only so much you can do on a daily basis out on the field. How important is it And what's the value of working against another team as opposed to just practicing with your own club?
Yeah, well, first of all, I won't be doing up downs like he does before practice. But again, you're competing against one another, familiar with your teammates. It's good to get out there and compete against another set of people to, see where you're at. They run different schemes. We run different schemes. So I think it's good for both sides of the ball and in the kicking game. And then you're out there and you have a whole nother team where the scouting personnel will be there. They'll be evaluating the players on the field. I'm sure their scouts will be evaluating our players. So, it's good to practice against another team if you do it the right way. Eliminate fights. It's really, you're just trying to improve as a football team, and both teams do it the right way. You get a lot out of it.
Coach, we appreciate a couple minutes. Good luck with the start of camp.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you.
That's the head coach of the New York Football Giants, Brian Daboll. Much more to come on the program, including an interview with Daniel Jones here on the Giants Training Camp Preview, presented by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Football Giants. Welcome back to the Giants Training Camp Preview, presented by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants. We're joined by the quarterback, Daniel Jones. And Daniel, first practice is on Wednesday. How excited are you to get on the field and get this thing going?
I'm very excited. I think, it feels like we just finished up OTAs and now we're here at training camp. So season's right around the corner and we got a lot of work to do. But we're excited to get going. It should be a lot of fun.
You had to take care of the business stuff in the offseason. Obviously, you get drafted, you come to a team, and then it becomes the business part of it. How relieved were you to get that put to bed when it did?
Yeah, certainly relieved to have that behind us. I think, first experience like that, dealing with the business side of the sport and handling that. But yeah, glad to have it behind me, taken care of, and now it's all about football and getting ready to go.
As you spent the offseason sort of breaking down your own game, what were some of the things that you're looking to improve upon here going into 2023?
I think there are a number of things. I think, you're always working fundamentally to improve, your footwork, your mechanics, throwing the ball and all that. I think, as an offense, we're looking to generate more explosive plays and seeing how we can do that more effectively, more consistently. And for me, that's just getting the ball in our playmakers' hands and trying to throw accurate balls, letting them catch and run and find those opportunities to throw the ball down the field when we can.
One of the really cool things is the depth in the wide receiver room. I mean, there's a lot of guys there. It's a crowded room, but guys that bring a lot of different skill sets to the table. What's some of your sort of game plan going into training camp to get an opportunity to get a feel for all of these different players?
Yeah, I think just making the most of the reps you have on the field, and then when you're in the meeting room talking to our guys and getting everyone on the same page, making sure we see things the same way. And we got a lot of talented guys who've played a lot of good football in this league and know how to play, know what it's supposed to look like, know how to prepare, know how to study. And I'm looking forward to getting to work, getting on the same page with all of them. But it's a talented room and a lot of really good players.
One of the things you were able to do last year, like Isaiah Hodgins as an example, he comes in, he's got to learn on the fly. You have to help him understand what's going on, and then you guys had tremendous success. Do you spend a lot of time after practice or on the side working with guys just to get a feel of how they come out of a break and things like that?
Yeah, I think that time, obviously the reps in practice are critically important and huge, but the little bits of time, the 2 or 3 minutes on the sideline after the rep or after practice, like you said, throwing routes and talking, or in the meeting room watching film, all that stuff is extremely important as well when you're trying to get on the same page. And we've got a lot of guys who understand that piece of it too, and they're looking for opportunities to have those conversations and do whatever they can to take a step or try to see things the same way, and that makes my job a lot easier when you have guys like that.
You have to be anxious, and I'm sure it's going to be a tremendous learning curve, right? You've got a rookie center coming in here that's got to try to pick up the calls and things like that. Just talk about that working relationship as far as how you help that grow.
Ethan, John Michael's done a great job through the spring. You can tell he's locked in and wants to learn, wants to understand what he needs to do and has put in a ton of time already to do that. So I'm confident in him, and I'm looking forward to working with him. But I think that whole group has done a great job. Bobby Johnson, the offensive line coach, done a great job too, kind of getting all those guys on the same page.
Final question as we wrap this up. Training camp, first practice is on Wednesday. There's that down period in the NFL when you get from June until players have to report. Did you do anything fun during that time off other than working out and make sure you're in shape?
I spent some time with my family at the beach. We went down to South Carolina. Spent some time in Charlotte too with them. So a couple weeks down south, and then just back up here working. So it was good summer, flew by, but ready to go now.
All right, here we go. Training camp's first practice is on Wednesday. Daniel, we appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Bob.
That's Giants quarterback Daniel Jones. Much more to come on the show. When we come back, we'll hear from a couple of rookies on the Giants training camp preview presented by Citizens. Welcome back to the Giants training camp preview presented by Citizens. Time for the rookie interview as Paul Dottino visits with Deonte Banks and John Michael Schmitz.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Well, John, let me ask you first, and Tay, I'll get to you in just a second.
Yes, sir.
What have you learned about being a pro, even though you've only been here a short time? And what have you learned about being a New York Giant?
Yeah, I think this is what our organization, the first thing that I learned being here is that's on the wall is be a pro in the New York Giants culture, and that's just taking care of the little things, taking care of your body, taking care of anything off the field, making sure there's no issues there, and honestly just do your homework, making sure you're prepared when you get here in camp and you know your stuff and you're ready to go to help this team win.
Jay, similar question for you, but also, is there anything that has surprised you so far?
I wouldn't say anything surprised me. I feel like this is everything I dreamed of it to be. So just like John Michael said, just everything out the field, take everything out the field and do your homework. It'll be straight.
Have there been specific veterans already that have shown you leadership and mentorship that have kind of taken you under their wings? I'll start with you, Jay.
I would say McKinney and Dory for sure. And they just showed me what to do. Also Bobby. I'm real close with Bobby too, so they just showed me what to do, how to do this. It kind of showed me a little routine too.
Is there one or two things that you think are the biggest keys that they've already told you that have allowed you to get past the first hurdle of being a new guy?
The big one just would be taking care of my body. It's really just taking care of my body, just getting in the training room, do what you're supposed to do to be out here, to be available.
John, they talk about the family in the offensive line room, so I'm sure your answer's even maybe more enhanced than what Tay just said.
Yeah, you talk about the offensive line being a close-knit group. You got 5 guys playing as one, coming together. You got great leadership on that O-line. Andrew Thomas, Ben Bredesen, Mark Lewinsky. Those guys are the leaders of the offensive line. And you got our offensive leaders, Daniel Jones, that really welcomed me in and showed me the ropes and taught me really what I needed to do to take care of my body and not get too down on myself when I make mistakes, because you are going to make a mistake, and it's just a matter of when and just how to respond to that and keep going. Don't let that get too down on you.
Winning teams always talk about the unity and the team chemistry, and you can't necessarily just get that on the field. It has to be off the field as well. How have you guys acclimated yourselves into this team already, even though you've only been here a very short time?
Especially with the offensive line, you really got to get to know each other off the field. So it's, as an offensive lineman, you like to go out to eat a little bit and get a good meal in. So just going out, hanging out with the guys, catching up on anything that's happening off the field, and enjoying a good meal. So
I don't want him eating too much because that might slow him down. All right, so be very careful about that. All right.
Sure, but us, we got a DB group chat, so we kind of talk in there, catch up, talk about what's going on here, what's going on there, and that's how we kind of stay close.
For each of you, what is the primary skill that you learned at your program in college that you think will translate the best to the NFL game?
Honestly, I think it's battling through adversity. I think it's that response factor that we talked about with our culture, that Coach Fleck did. It's unmatched. you can learn it in football, but off the field as well. And it's special.
It looks like you agree.
Yeah, actually I do. Because especially at Maryland, like you go through a lot. So especially like just to be able to push the adversity and keep going, it teach you a lot.
I want to ask you both about the off-season program where there's no contact.
Yeah.
Now, I think for you as a lineman, that's tough because your game involves a ton of contact. But for you, I think, Tay, that's good because you have to learn how to enhance your shadowing skills without contact.
That's right.
Can you both talk to that aspect of it?
It was kind of like, it was actually good for me, but it was kind of, I had to adjust to it because me, I like to play up a lot of pressure, man.
I know you do.
I like to put my hands on, so, but I just had to use my feet more. It was cool. Something to adjust to.
Yeah, I would say there's another part of the game. There's a mental aspect of the game. So learning your playbook, understanding your techniques, getting into the details of it, and just started kind of the mental side of the football and really lock in on that. And when you're ready to go, when camp comes up in a couple days, you're ready to go hit and get ready to go.
Tay Banks, John Michael Schmitz, thanks so much for being here. Good luck as rookies here in the NFL with the New York Giants.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Much more to come on the program, including Coach Daboll in his most comfortable environment on the field. All that and more here on the Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. Welcome back to the Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants. Let's take you back to minicamp where Coach Daboll was mic'd up for sound.
Come on, good day now, good day, good day, good day, good day. Let's get here. Stretch it down, stretch it down, stretch it down. You like this song? You good? Oh, hey, we got some reinforcements. We got some reinforcements. Uh-oh. You know I put goal line and short yardage in today. You're in.
I got it.
You're in.
Got it, baby.
It ain't no helmets anyways today, so you're good. All right, why don't you go back with the punt returners and help them out? I know. Leveraging angles, man. Leveraging angles. Good knee bend, swing. Good knee bend. Leverage. Leverage. High point. High point. Come on now. We got to excel at this, Gio. Good. Set that edge. Good. Good. 55. Good explosion. Good explosion. Perfect. Good. No wasted motion as we turn up the sideline. Belly, your legs are looking sweet, man. You got to get some sun on those things, man. It blinded me. I was going back watching all our games again, just straight through. I'd watch the coach's copy, then the TV copy. I started it with week 1. You were inactive week 1.
Always.
So proud of you, buddy.
Awesome.
Done such a great job.
Nothing but a little work can't fit.
Yeah, exactly what we're all about, buddy. I figured the only way I could really get you here is have Parcells come out.
No, Ronnie called me and told me he was here, but I was coming anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah, that was abuse. Can I tell you how? Let me tell you how this goes. I was at the only position with 2 linebackers. So I was the first guy and the last guy in line. If drills were 5 minutes, I had to do them over and over. As soon as he looks over, why is he getting walked? Get him back in there.
That guy's a legend right there, buddy. Yes. Legend. Like to see a lot of, don't touch the ball, Hottie. Hey, don't touch the ball. Don't touch the ball. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 2 spot on a hop, on a hop, on a hop. Let's go. Get your ass in there and make a play. I'm telling you, we're going fast. We're moving, go, 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 go. Clock's running, clock's running, clock's running. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Back it up 5, false start. Let's go, gotta push through it. Gotta push through it. Let's go. Let's go, get lined up. Come on, we gotta stay disciplined in these situations. Get the right guys on the field. Can't play with 10. Damn it! Get game! Look! Do it again! Let's go! Great job getting the ball, defense. Great job getting the ball, fellas. Great job getting the ball. That's why you're here, okay? Yeah. Keep going now. Keep leading your guys back there. You're doing a hell of a job. All right, look, good competition out there, but again, like the other day I said, we're not where we need to be conditioning-wise, all right? We need to be able to execute when we're tired, which means we got to come back in great shape. We've improved that part of it, but we're still not there. I introduced this guy today in a team meeting. He really doesn't need much introduction. Bill Parcells.
I'm gonna make it quick. The first thing I think you have to fight every day in pro football is division from within. You eliminate the #1 excuse in America today. You know what it is? It's not my fault. We got to eliminate that from the New York Giants. Break it down, Tim.
Giants on 3! 1, 2, 3! Giants!
We're going in this.
See ya.
No, thank you. Good luck. God bless, son. Okay, throw it to the open guys, all right?
Thanks. Appreciate you.
That wraps it up for the show. Obviously, throughout the course of training camp, you can visit all the Giants' social media platforms, giants.com. And don't forget, make sure you check out Giants Training Camp Central here on MSG. For our entire crew, I'm Bob Papa. Thanks for joining us for this edition of the Giants Training Camp Preview, presented by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Football Giants.